Hi, I'm Scrapping Amy and welcome back to One Mommy Scrapping, where I am planning for happy memories. Today I am doing the first of a month-long challenge called Load, Layout a Day, over at Scrap Happy. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to be trying to bring you guys a video each day this month of February. Let's get started. Today I'm going to be using Box of Crayons, which is a collection by Shimelle, Laine, and put out by the company American Crafts. I actually have a 25 pack of that ledger background that you see, and I bought it from Tuesday Morning. It was $3 for 25 sheets. I'm like, even if I use 3 of them, I've paid for it. The reason I picked that particular pack up is because it's a ledger paper with the aqua color. Aqua is a color Shimelle uses in all of her collections, and I knew even if I didn't use it as 12 by 12 sheets, I knew I could cut the ledger paper up and use it for journaling in other collections as well. So I figured it would be a good investment. So I am inking everything in my standard black soot like I normally do. All of the other pieces of paper I used in this collection are scraps. I save scraps from 2 of my favorite brands. One of those is Basic Gray and the other is Shimelle. I love keeping those little scraps around and then figuring out ways to use them. So I'm using some of the blue polka dots, which have the cut apart strips on the back, and I had wanted to save those for some of the strips, but this particular section I wasn't going to use. I then realized I didn't have any other large enough sheets to do matting, and I have to mat all my photos. I don't like unmatted photos. I'm only going to do 1 layer of matting with some cardstock that I happen to have laying around. It's 8.5 by 11. I looked at 2 of the darker teals and it didn't work, and so I went ahead and just stuck with this green, which while it doesn't really match much in the actual paper collection, it does match my dress, which is the Tiki bird dress from Disney, and it matches where I am with all of the lush greenery that's around, so I thought it actually worked kind of well. I'm doing something a little different with this. I'm actually got paper going straight across the middle. Usually I try to stay on the thirds, whether it's the top third or the lower third. And I'm also not keeping my 2 photos together. The photo of myself I'm putting up on foam because that is more of my focal image for this. And I knew when I saw this dress and got it that this was going to be the collection I used. I just knew I had to have the Tiki birds. That's my husband's favorite attraction at Disney, hands down. And so I just needed to use it. So this little paper I'm placing right now is actually a scrap that's left over from the 6x6 pad. I did not get this out currently because it's like buried under some packages. And so I was like, I'm not going to fight those, forget it. But I did have it in my Box of Crayons used paper file. And I have a file I keep on all of my Shimelle collections that it's a big pocket page essentially. And so when I'm done with it, all the scraps go in there, and that way the scraps are all kept together. I'm sorry about the focusing issues. Apparently I had restarted my computer and forgotten to turn off autofocus, so it happens here and there. Now when I started, I had not decided on a title yet, but I saw this word life and I was like, ooh, I bet I could do something with that. And that's where I get living the Tiki bird life. I meant to put living that Tiki bird life, but apparently when I was putting down my little red tile stickers for the word the, I forgot about that. So yeah. I'm using these chipboard alphas from Shimelle's collection as well. I have picked up multiples again at Tuesday Morning. They're like $2 or $2.19 or something. I mean, they're relatively cheap. With multicolored alphas, I often struggle with those because I need like certain colors to go together. Like, I wouldn't have like 2 of the green letters next to each other if nothing else was really next to each other. So here I'm trying to figure out which colors to use, which is why I like having the multiple packages of it, especially when the multiple packages are less than half price than what they normally are. So, you know, gotta do it. And of course, I'm gluing everything down with my art glitter glue because this American Crafts chipboard is not gonna stick. Half the time I'll put things down and then glue it later on, and like when I'm done filming, and it won't even be it'll come undone before I'm even done with the video sometimes. The stickers I'm using now are from her sticker books. I loved these sticker books. I absolutely adored them when they were stapled. I loved them even more when they were the sticker folders. It's just like, oh, this is fabulous. But sadly, they didn't do those with her last collection, if I recall correctly, and it's just disappointment. So the red and the holographic are both from that sticker book. She had 8 different tile letter stickers, which was fabulous because, you know, without October Afternoon around to produce mini market letters, the small tile alphas are in very short supply. So I have fussy cut some of the frames that was on one of the sheets of the paper. This one says, "What an awesome world." I'm also going to add in ones that were half cut, like I used the other side of the paper. And it says, "Hello lovely" and "High five." Those I end up putting the top parts under the photo of myself, so that way it looks like they are continued. I'm putting some things up on foam. The foam I'm using, the 2-inch roll and then the 1/4-inch roll that I'm using here, those are both from Scrapbook.com. Let me tell you, I wanted to be stingy with my foam tape, and I bought a cheap roll off of Amazon when I first started doing cards in like 2017. And I will never go back to the cheap stuff, because the stuff from Scrapbook.com, what I like is that it's not spongy. The other foam tape, and even though it's foam, the other foam tape you could squeeze and it would, you know, like go up and down, thing like bouncing on a bed or something. And the Scrapbook.com doesn't do that. So all of the embellishments I'm using are all different things from her various matching embellishments, I guess, that were available. I've got stickers from the sticker book. I've got stickers from the 6x12 sticker sheet. I'll be putting on enamel dots. I've got puffy stickers, all sorts of things. I'm using some gold glittery embellishments, which are from her ephemera die cut pack. I wanted to use that star, and I ended up not being able to fit it in. And I'll be honest, I was so close to using up the entire package of enamel dots. These enamel dots that she has are enamel shapes. I use the circles and the stars, and I used them from all the colors. The stars, though, I think I had stars and hearts left in red, and I did not use those, if I remember correctly. But this is a layout without Nuvo drops, and I've been doing a lot of those more recently. And the reason behind that is I have all these enamel dots, and I am someone that when I've bought something and I don't use it, I feel guilty for spending the money. So you know what? I'm going to use up all those enamel dots. Am I going to replace them with more enamel dots? No, I have my Nuvo drops, and honestly prefer those. The only bonus that enamel dots have, 2 of them. They have 2 bonuses that Nuvo drops do not. Number 1, you don't have to wait for them to dry. Simple as that. And number 2, they're uniform in shape. I'll tell you, the shape thing doesn't bother me at all. I'm not worried about it, you know, being one is bigger than the other. The drying thing, that only bugs me when I go to move it off into my drying rack and then I bump it, which I have done more times than I can count. So I am going to be putting these enamel dots, scattering them all around. If you're not already a subscriber at One Mommy Scrapping, I'd love if you would join us. Hit the like button, ring that bell so you're notified whenever I upload or go live, and leave a comment. Tell me what your favorite ride at Disney is, or if you've not been to Disney, tell me one ride that you would love to go on. I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and I'll see you later. Bye.